today is a booming cosmopolitan city, home to over 2.5 million people. But the city was just beginning to grow when CTV first started covering it 5 decades ago. We watched as the burbs spread from a few homes to millions. Yonge Street transformed to what it is today, and as the view from the Gardner grew just a little bit taller. Step back in time to when gas prices were 37 cents a gallon. Hippies filled the streets of Yorkville, and when this was what gridlock looked like.
Beneath Toronto's towers of commerce and industry, the metropolitan tempo ever increases, ever grows apace.
The city started growing up literally during the construction boom in the 60s.
Toronto and the Nathan Phillips Square officially open.
In the late 50s, then Mayor Nathan Phillips held an international design competition, and the controversial winning concept from Villio-Revel was chosen from over 500 ideas. Nathan Phillips Square and City Hall opened with much pomp and circumstance in 1965. In 1967, residents started riding the rails when the GO train arrived in the city, and construction continued on the subway rails.
High-speed subways and off-the-street rapid transit rights of way. Healthy arteries to carry the lifeblood of traffic, of people, to all sections of the city.
A place to stand, a place to grow, a The city's landscape changed again with the addition of Ontario Place in 1971. But it's what happened in the next few years that would change the city's skyline forever. CN decided to build the tallest freestanding structure in the world. Construction began in 1973 on the CN Tower. It took 40 months, and when the last piece was dropped on, the tower dwarfed every building, standing at 553 meters.
We wanted to build something in Toronto that was truly significant, which would be a landmark for the city.
In 1974, the subway extended to Finch, and the downtown core changed again in 1977, when the doors opened to shoppers at the Toronto Eaton Centre.
Welcome to the birth of a dream.
In the 80s, the Skyline got a new addition, a stadium where you could see the sky. The Sky Dome with its retractable roof opened in 1989.
The Gardens is great, lot of great history, but this building's state-of-the-art.
Hockey fans said goodbye to Maple Leaf Gardens and hoped the Air Canada Centre would bring both the Leafs and Raptors luck in 1999. That was just a year after 5 municipalities joined to become one big Toronto. A Toronto where the condo boom would continue and add new cultural icons like OCAD and a crystal addition to the ROM. Over the years, it isn't just the face of the cityscape that has changed. The faces of the city have literally changed too. Toronto is now one of the most diverse cities in the world. Almost half the population is made up of visible minorities. You can almost travel the world right here in downtown Toronto, from Little India to Chinatown to Greektown, to name just a few. But as much as things have changed, many are still the same. City councillors will always squabble about spending money on the changes, whether it's 1967.
That by means of this executive committee approving of a $27 million program.
Or 2007.
We actually decide to spend an additional $3 million.
And taxpayers will always sing the same tune. Yesterday.
For heaven's sakes, that's taxpayers' money.
And today.
I think it's a waste of city money.
From our own building, where we covered it all, to the office buildings, to the tallest building, Toronto has grown up. Who knows what the city will look like in another 50 years, but one thing is for sure, we'll be there, covering it all. Naomi Parnas, CTV News.